Hello and welcome, or welcome back. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Georgie from Healing Moons, and today we're going to be talking about change, how to embrace it, and how to make peace with it. Change is one of the scariest things I think any of us have to deal with, or we all have to deal with. And it's the one thing that is certain in life, regardless of how much we hold on to things and want things to stay as they are. Time has a funny little way of changing things, regardless of what we do. And it's that ever-evolving aspect of life, and we can set structures and schedules and things like that to support us in making us feel safer and like we have an element of control over what changes, and so that we don't feel completely out of balance and like we have no control over our lives. So having a structure and a schedule that you work with is important. It's also important to maintain an element of flexibility, because if we get too attached to these structures and schedules, they can become a source of anxiety if we can't stick to them, and we can end up beating ourselves up about it because we haven't done what we wanted to or expected of ourselves. And for me personally, I think that being able to be more adaptable and getting more comfortable with change, maybe it's more about the adaptability than change itself, but being able to have that flexibility, it can take that pressure off, and rather than us having this standard that we expect everything to be done to, we can have more of a flexible approach to life, which alleviates the anxiety and allows us to experience things more fully, because we're not overthinking. And it's that thing, isn't it? If we look to the future too much and focus on that constantly, we create anxiety. If we're constantly looking to the past and thinking of what was and what we wish was still, then we can create depression. So that adaptability and flexibility to change, and just when life generally throws us a curveball that we have to deal with, that's in the moment. That's when we're mindful and present and actually living our life now, not what's to come, what was, but what is. That's where the focus is. If we can embrace change and welcome it, then we're opening ourselves up to that co-creation process with the universe, and accepting that when one door closes, another one opens. So by allowing that change to come in and not resisting it, you can allow life to flow more easily and bring you more of what it is that you desire. So it kind of cleans things up energetically in a way, to allow these things in, because the more we hold on to things and resist change, we're not just resisting the bad things that come with change, the loss, the heartbreak, regardless of whether it's a relationship ending, losing a job, losing a loved one, a pet. They're the bad changes that we don't want, and so we cling to the past and to the things that we don't want to change. But because we're hanging on so tightly to those, we're also not allowing space for the new to come in and the good. So this is really important if you're doing manifestation work and you're trying to facilitate a positive change in your life, whether that be that you're trying to bring something in, whether it be monetary, love, whatever it is, or a physical thing that you need. It doesn't really matter what it is. But by clinging to what is and what you don't want to lose, you're not giving space for that to one, if it's meant to stay and it's meant for you, truly meant for you, and it is a vibrational match, it will stay. It will happen. And if it isn't a vibrational match to you, then it will drift away, and it wasn't meant for you anyway when it comes to relationships, jobs, things like that. It just means that there's better out there for you. That's the only reason that something leaves, is because it wasn't for you and there is better out there. So by letting go and releasing our resistance to change, we're energetically kind of unclenching and allowing space for that new to come in. And it's not going to be something bad necessarily that the universe is bringing you, as long as you're focusing on the positives and what it is that you want to bring in and not having a lack mentality. Then you are bringing that opportunity to you. You're opening up and saying, yes, I'm ready for it. I can handle this. Whatever it is that life brings at me, I trust myself. This is another thing about change. It's not the change itself that's bad. It's just that it triggers the fear in us that we can't handle not having that thing, or what it is that's going to come next. It's that lack of trust in ourselves, and which there's no judgment for. We're all human. We're all having a human experience here together, and it doesn't matter what background you're from, where you are in the world. We all have our insecurities and fears, and a lot of it interlinks around change. And it's okay. It's okay to let go of what doesn't serve you and to move forwards and to have that flexibility and adaptability. So this is my invitation to you, to trust in who you are deep down at a soul level. And I don't mean that negative voice that comes in and says that you're not capable, you can't do this, you're not enough, whatever it is. That isn't your true self. Your spiritual connection to your higher self, the true essence of your being, wouldn't speak to you like that. So this is your invitation, if you choose to accept it, to trust that gentle inner guidance that it whispers to you, your intuition, that gut instinct, when you know deep down, when you drop into yourself, that you can handle whatever life brings and embrace the change. You've got this. okay? I know you do. Each and every one of us has the ability to handle whatever life throws at us, because that is such an integrated and intrinsic part of the human experience. And we're so adaptable, and you are so much stronger than what you give yourself credit for. So, you can do this. You can handle anything that life throws at you, and you can embrace the change to bring in the new. And if you've made it this far to the end, thank you so much for being here. I know this episode was a little bit different than normal, but if you've liked this, please let me know in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. And thank you so much for being here. The light in me sees the light in you. Until next time, take care. Love and light. Bye.